So this is a combination of JavaScript and
Has success is this.
yep. Did you make any changes in the, well, this works locally, you say, right?
Yeah. If you are here. You need to write the other one.
Hmm.
That's it.
Can you just try something crazy? If you just put like inside that file, do like some ridiculous change, add like head one or something above it, and like test text and see if that gets
So,
pushed
yeah.
above the div here. Set like or it doesn't matter, just h1, and then just test text or something, and then commit that.
You see it happens here.
You'll see
This
it.
looks like it's something else here.
Yeah, stage. Now just commit. Okay. Still showing my name.
I see.
Yeah.
So now, we're moving.
Featuring 4 lines. Alright.
Really?
Not hard.
Probably.
Let's have a look. Yeah, can you shift refresh?
Sure. What's that? What's that?
It's hard refresh. Interesting.
Can you open space?
Okay, actually.
Yeah, the way to show.
What doesn't show?
Look at my local.
Hold on.
Stage is different.
Hold on.
Stage is probably not.
So if you change, then I have that also.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we should start.
Sorry, do what?
We should start. Google it, for fuck's sake. Okay, hello guys. Welcome to lesson 7.2, where we
Quite frankly, rather dreamy.
I'm talking to my Google Assistant, which obviously is a little bit drunk today, you know, so she, you know, don't worry, let her do her thing, you know, I don't care. You know, she wants to be a star of the stream too, you know, so, yeah. So, welcome to lesson 7.2, where we are going to review everyone's attempts so far. Last session we had some tasks to beautify your existing tasks using waxy theme, so we'll see how far we got with that, but of course some people also did not manage to complete their tasks, so we'll help them out with that. And I think we'll also have some people who are a little bit more behind, which is fine, so we can ask those questions and have a quick look where people are stuck. Okay, so hopefully it will be a mix of things, you know, so we'll see some nice screens and nice theming of the, you know, but we can also help with a few other things which we are doing, like how to set up your developer environment. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to start with people who are online, okay, and then after that we are going to switch to the people in the office, okay. So I'm going to switch to my Skype here, and I'm going to have this running there. So I think I wanted to start with Sam. So Sam, maybe you can try to share your screen and say hi so we can...
Yes, of course. Oh, sorry. So to come back to my task, that was to get all the Live Well articles from the NHS site. Basically, so far I got the information except for the images, so some extra content we couldn't get. We're still waiting for a reply for that. And then there was another point that the API said you can provide a category, which is a letter of the alphabet, and you could get all the articles listed with that letter, but tried some things out also because I didn't know how to get it in the API, and that's why when Postman was very handy. But if I now do this request, it basically gives me the same information as when I don't provide this argument. So as you can see, this is sexual health, here is addiction, but then quit smoking. So it's not at all the articles organized on this letter. And then I tried some other things also, instead of using Postman, to do it in the let's see if I still have it here. To do it in the code. Too many tabs open. So basically, with the loop, to go over every letter, and then you can do that with the ASCII values, turn it into letter, and then search for it, which I did here. It didn't work. Search for the letter only without providing the category. Then there was another argument that the API documentation said you can use, which is the genre, but it also didn't give me any information. It also didn't give me an error, so it just gives you the front page of the LiveWell articles. Yeah, that was about how far I got, and I think I will just leave it like this because I wanted to check if I get all the articles, but it's yeah, that's hard to check right now. So I'm hoping that I have everything by starting at the top structure and then going down by getting all the related links.
Okay.
So, can you show us maybe the documentation of this LiveWell APIs?
Yes. So this is it. That's a table I showed last time, and here you can provide this. It should take all the letters as an input. And then this one also was one I tried.
Okay. So what is it, if you scroll to the right, what does it say? Because it says parameters, page number, filter live articles by A to Z, okay? Okay, and what's next?
That's it.
Okay, so just description.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe, is it a query what I'm doing right now? It is, right? If you do this.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, you have query params. So see what you have right now is, because you type question mark, category equals A, it automatically put in this tab called params with this green dot your key, which you set category, and value is A. Okay, but sometimes what it requires maybe is that you pass that in body of the thing. Okay, so if you have let's say form data, if you click on that one, the second tab.
Data.
Yes, yeah. So you can give a key and value. So can you type key category and value is A.
Yes.
Okay.
Seems to be the same. Yeah, this is the output of the front page.
Okay. So, and if you go back to the documentation, it says it's get slash, so it has nothing, you know, or is it get slash category, you know, and then query, you know, because see, it's very weird, you know, this is not a good documentation because we don't know what is what, okay? So maybe you need to say, you know, this is me guessing, okay? Get slash category and then say query is A.
Yeah. Can I try?
Without question mark, just, yeah. Yeah, without that, yeah. Without that.
No question.
So we are going to put in the form data query is A, just to get well slash category.
Okay.
No, not like that.
No. Data?
No.
I don't get it.
So in the URL that you are typing, get rid of query A. Okay. So let's send it like this, okay? Okay, and then in a key, put query instead of category.
Okay.
Okay. So see what you are getting now looks like HTML. So if you would click Preview tab, you will actually see that HTML. Okay, so there is no page called livewell/category. Okay, so it is very weird. Okay, because we don't exactly know what they want us to do. Okay, and this is the type of the thing which we can guess few things, take 5 minutes, but then give up, you know, because their documentation doesn't clarify and doesn't give example of exactly what we need to set up in order for this to work. Okay. Now, if you go back to that page, do they have any support?
Yes.
If you need help, email the service desk with that. Okay, so this is, you know, my next step. You know, I wouldn't waste too much time. There's no, you know, help with this. Maybe you can Google it, but I don't think there are many people using this API, so it's not likely that you will find that exact answer, you know. So I would drop them an email, say, hey, I'm trying to use these APIs, you know, what is the structure? You know, how do you want me to connect to this?
Yeah. Okay. I'll do
Okay.
that.
Did you have a chance to implement any of the theming of your pages?
Sort of, but I'm stuck now on this error, and I know it's in the recording, so I have to get back to it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the error which says app user. Scroll down to line 108 because it says 108. This is what we just discussed earlier today. Okay, and $this is variable which refers to itself. So this is user. Okay, because I'm looking at this is app model user. It says at the top. Okay, so this is a user. And then it calls the function get roles for that user, all right? And that function can return something, okay, which we don't know what it can return, okay? But by assuming on these names, I would assume, because it's plural, that it's going to give me some sort of collection of all the roles that user has. From that collection of the roles, okay, I don't know, just scroll down to 108. Yeah, when it gets that collection of the roles, then it will pick up the first item. So it will be the first item in that collection. Let's assume that it's going to be a class or type of role, because it's getting some roles, so it's a collection of roles, then it gets the first role, okay? And that role is, I would assume, an object which might have a property name, okay? So your error, if you scroll up, is that you're trying to get property of non-object. So this method first is not finding your role, okay? Now, why does this happen? This happens because you, like few others, were importing various databases, okay? And you had a database from this place and that place and so on. And you might have table users, like, for example, Bernard does, with 47 users, but in table user roles, you only have 7-8 user roles. So some users are missing roles, or even your own user is missing a role, okay? So in order to fix this, this is the problem with the data, okay? So it's not a problem with the code. Code is fine. It's a problem with the data. So can you go to your database and show me your users, okay? Okay. So see, you are logged in as yourself. So where, can you find yourself in that table?
I wasn't in here, I think. Oh yeah, now I'm here. Yes.
Yeah, so you are user, that's fine, you don't have to scroll down there. You are user number 60, okay? That's your ID. Okay, so that's what we are going to remember for the time being. Can you go to the table roles user? I think it's called roles user. It's above. It's not below. It's above. Okay. So see, we are looking for the user ID 60 in that table.
Yeah, it is not here.
Yeah. So it's trying to find the user ID 60 and find what is its role ID. Okay, so you can see, for example, the last one, user ID 9, has a role ID 3. If you click on the table roles, which is just above, see the role number 3 is main user. So user number 9 is a main user. User number whatever 17 is, I don't know, client user and so on. But the user number 60 doesn't have a role. Okay, so what you want to do is add that role. So if you go back to that one, you want to be administrator of your own local thing. So let's row number 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just change 35 to 60. And press enter or whatever. Okay. So hopefully it's updated. So now it should find for the user 60 role ID 1. Let's see, did it help the fix the thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it did. Now you have a different error. Okay. And I noticed this error. So this error is, for some reason, it happens when you are switching from one to another. And I'm going to do a quick nasty fix, but we have to find a fix for this issue permanently. So see, inside on the left, it says the second line, which has number 64 in front of it. Okay, click on that. Okay, and we are looking at line 8, which is highlighted, and see it says PHP echo Tremby Laravel version get version number. So I couldn't get the version number for some reason. So what we are going to do is find that footer blade and just delete that part of the code. Okay, so if you get footer blade PHP, and this is you have multiple ones, okay, but this is, I think, the myadmin Wexy. Which one is it? Let's have a look at back in browser. So myadmin resource systems Wexy. So you need that one. Okay. So this whole thing, PHP. Don't do the span, so just this PHP from that yep to the end of PHP, that delete. Okay, so save that and refresh the page. Okay, great. So you have no apps to use. Ah, interesting. So this is another database issue because you have this user number 60, okay, who is now administrator. You can see the top right corner, it says Sam is administrator. You actually have another table which says which apps this user number 60 has, okay, and that is in a table called access, I think. So if you go back to the tables, and find a table called access. Okay.
I didn't upload it yet.
So it's empty.
Well, yeah, there is one here.
Can you control F60 in that table?
In this one.
Yeah. Okay, that's a line number 60. Next. That's 160. Aha, see. So this is user ID 60, which has access to app, which has number 1 billion and 1 billion 20 and 1 billion 33, whatever it is. Okay. So when you import the table, hopefully you will have access to some apps, and then that message that you have no access to any apps will also disappear.
Okay. Sounds
Can you import that now, or?
I tried it and it didn't work here, but I think if I go to the App Source now, my admin, I don't know if it works, or I have to switch back. Okay. Database. Okay. Access. What is this? Oh, this one? Yeah. There is some kind of error.
Yeah, see, it looks like it has some 3 dots at 47. I don't know, is that for real or is that...
Mm-hmm.
No, that's fine.
No.
Yeah, but it said later 40 some line further down. When you were importing, it was telling you roughly which line it was. At line 149. Aha. Well, it's not always very good, but for some reason, maybe it's even this last one, 166, it has comma and then semicolon. Maybe it's that, I don't know. The last line.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Maybe that comma is extra, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yep.
Okay, so now if you refresh that page, see, now on the left you have some apps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it's interesting that you have some apps twice.
Yeah.
Okay, because what I think happened, it kind of either in your export table you have this thing twice, number 60 twice, or maybe it imported half of the table and then imported another half, you know, maybe it got confused, I don't know. So you have a duplicate in that table right now. And see, what you are missing is my admin. So you are like, you know, I have no idea where this data comes from, but this is obvious data corruption, so you need to, you know, sort it a little bit. And what you want ideally to have at the end, instead of applications like my documentation and my projects, which you don't have on your local machine, you want to have AI SIHA, which you do have on your local machine.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So hopefully that helps a little bit.
Yes, thank you.
Do you have any other questions or problems at the moment?
No,
No.
nothing. No.
Okay, so good. Thanks, Sam. Hopefully we'll get that API question sorted, so feel free to drop those guys an email and say, hey, I tried this and I tried that, it didn't work. Do you have any examples of how I can access list of all the conditions with A and with B and whatever you want to access it, because it's it's just unclear.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, thank you very much. Well done, Sam. Now, I think the next person that we have remotely is Mo. So, Mo, do you want to give it a go? Show us where you are at the moment. Sam, you are still sharing, so you can stop sharing.
Yes.
Hi, Mo. We can hear you.
Well, I have a problem with my Ubuntu. It won't be connected. It's connected to the internet, but it's not. The internet is not working. So I am doing that with my phone now. I don't know the problem. The pages are not loading, and it shows that the Wi-Fi is connected. So I try to time report the Ubuntu system, and still not working.
Okay, so I'll let you try to fix that. So I'll try it maybe towards the end of the call to come back to you. So maybe you will have a better luck with that later on. But do you have any questions? What are you doing at the moment? Where are you stuck at?
Well, I was last time stuck at the local setup environment, and everything is done, but it's not working. Nginx is not working, but Apache is still working.
Okay.
Yes.
So these guys, some of these guys on the call have a separate developer environment for their own company to set up, which requires different server than Apache, Nginx, and so on. But we are not discussing how to fix Nginx for the purpose of this development code. We try development course. We try to keep it simple. So if Apache is working, that's great. Did you get PHP and MySQL up and running?
Yes.
Okay. And what Sam was sharing and what she's still sharing, this appsource.com, did you manage to get that?
Sorry?
Did you manage to get appsource.com, this local appsource.com set up properly?
Yes, it's working, but not showing my documentation.
Yeah, my documentation you don't have installed, so that is like a fake app, which again, it's a database thing, so it thinks you have it, but actually you don't, because you import a database from a different AppSource instance, which does have my documentation. So, did you manage to install the AI-Siha web app?
No.
Okay, so that is your next job then, to get AI-Siha app up and running. And once you get that, then you can actually start working on one of the tasks. I think there are still few tasks unclaimed from the last time, so please check with the guys what's unclaimed, and then you can have a go and try to modify something in that AI-Siha app.
Okay.
Good. Okay, and then there's no need. You can just listen to the call and lesson, and hopefully next Thursday, you will be able to show us your first attempt on this task, like we just saw Sam what she was doing. Then we'll do the next person, and so on, and see where we are after this. Okay, so thank you, Sam. Marine, who is again not available, said that he will try to reschedule his appointments on Thursday, so next Thursday he will be here. And I don't know where Jesus is, but I would really like to see what he is doing, and I'm sure that everybody else is keen to see that. So maybe he will contact us later during the call. But now I'm going to go to the people in the office, and the first one on my list seems to be Julia today. So Julia, maybe you want to go to the other room so we don't get the double echo. Can echo be double? That's the question. Okay, we can see your screen, but we can't hear you yet.
And now you can hear me, right?
Correct.
Okay, so my task again was to make a list of banned words for ICHA. So I changed something like under uset, I deleted this ID column. Now when I added the words, so it doesn't have edit word column, but it just changed the words here, like this. So what I implemented from UXE is just this card, because actually I don't have much data, I only have the number of words that are in the system. So it calculates the number of words. And I also added these little things, just, well, we don't need it, but I just wanted to practice. So this shows who added the word. So in my case, it's me. But unfortunately, I could not check with other guys because I didn't push my code into Git and they didn't pull it. So, but I guess it will work. So on other computers, if you will try to add, then it will be your first letters of your name.
Yep. So here's the thing, okay? Let's do that now, but let's not push that down. Okay, so you are logged in as Julia. Okay,
Yeah.
so go to my admin, and this is quite important, guys, because quite often you need to simulate different users on a system. So go to users and click on the users. And this is your local machine, so it doesn't matter who you want to do, okay? So let's say the first one, okay? So Di Paolo Ilaria, okay? So click on those three dots at the end and edit the user, okay? So you're not really editing Ilaria, you're just editing fake Ilaria on your computer, okay? So see at the top, okay? So her username is Edi Paolo, okay? So you need to remember that you can't change that. But what you can change is password, okay? So let's type password or lowercase upsource. I always type upsource because it's easy for me to remember my own company's name, but you can type whatever your favorite food is. And then you need to check, do the password check again, put password upsource. Okay, and then what I would do is I would copy this username Edi Paolo, just double click, copy it, and go down and save. So you just change the password of this user, so you can log in as that user later, but before you unlog, that user doesn't have access to AICHA app, so we need to give it access, so then they can actually log in and do stuff. So if you go to my to applications, yes, that's right. Okay, and you can grant AICHA for this user, which is the second one. Okay, so click grant. Okay, so hopefully if it works, access granted. Now you can log out. So. Okay, and when it asks you for the username, luckily that we copied, and password is upsource, as you know. Okay, so see now on top right, you are now Ilaria, well done. And you have access to AICHA application. Okay, and if you go to banned words, Okay.
Doesn't work.
No, but this is correct because Julia changed these words. So add a new word.
That's true.
Okay. Boom. Save. Okay.
No.
So see, this is an interesting one. Okay. This is confusing a lot of people because you expected that Ilaria would be the one, but the problem is, even if you logged out of AppSource, you didn't actually log out of AI Siha. Okay, it remembered you through your session and cookies. Okay, so when you are impersonating another user, do it in incognito or private mode. Okay, so in your normal browser you have yourself, but then when you are doing these people, do it in new private window. So go to appsource.com. Okay, and you are Ilaria, which is great. Go to AI Siha and banned words and create a new banned word. So it still says YP. Okay, so now we know that this really doesn't work. So why is everybody suggesting these words, but it's always Ilaria who is always Julia who is, so something is going on here which we need to figure out what.
This is my code. So what was my logic. So I checked if someone is logged in. Then I took the user's name, so the name of the person who is logged in. Then it is a string. Then I made it like an array, and then I used first letter of the first word and first letter of the second word. That's it actually. And it shows my name, and then I thought that like this, it will show the name of the person who is logged in. But apparently not.
So we check who is logged in and take the initials to show who edited the world.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's not necessarily who is logged in.
But this function, I thought it gives you the name.
I know what that function does, but think about it for a second. Okay? So let's say DJ edits one word, I edit one word, and you are logged in. So which initials you want to show?
But you will add the words from your machine, right? So it will be your initials because you added from your machine.
Yes, but where did I edit it to?
To database.
Yeah, because when we are developing on our machines. But when we are using this as a service on the website AISiha.com, we are all logged into AISiha.com. Okay? So we are all logged to the same machine. Okay? And then when I edit one word and DJ adds another one, and you are logged in to check the words, what do you expect to see?
But still, you will add a word from your computer, right? So you will be logged in. And I will see that it's you who added.
Yeah, but which database I'm using? I'm not using the database on my computer. I'm using the database on AISiha.com website.
I don't understand then how. So when you add a new word from your laptop, so you're logged in as Andre. So you put a new word. It goes to AISiha database. That is on AISiha.com, right? Like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, still don't understand why it's not you then.
It is me. So I add the word blue.
Yeah.
Okay. On AISiha.com, I add the word blue. Then DJ logs into AISiha.com and he adds the word red. And then you, Julia, log into AISiha.com and see the words blue and red. What says next to the blue? What says next to the red? Which initials?
Well, probably mine.
Probably yours, because you are authorized user, you're the one who is currently logged in, so it's going to show yours. But does it make sense, or should it show the who actually did it?
No, of course, who actually did it.
Yeah. So see, this logic, the concept here, you thought about it, but I would thought about it a little bit more, okay? So we are not doing that, all right? But what we have to do before we show this, we have to save who edited the word, okay? So where is your saving function when you are creating a new word? Where is your saving function?
Here, store. Here.
Okay, so see, you are saving the word, okay, and the ID.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But you are not saving the ID of the user who edited the word or created a new one. So you need to save that in a table.
Okay.
Okay, so you have a new column called whoever editor was. Then you read from that table when you are displaying it and say this was edited by user number 15, which is DJ, or user number 27, which is Andre, or user number 65, which is Julia, or whoever it is.
Okay.
But they don't have to be logged in. You might have edited that 3 months ago.
No, but I mean, when the word is added, when it's added, someone is logged in to add the word, right?
Yeah, so you know who is logged in, you know who is editing the word, so at that point you save
Yeah, okay.
ID, so whenever somebody else checks for those words, they can see those, But let's say we have thousands and thousands of people logging in and saving that. Is that very useful to show just their initials?
Well, maybe it's not useful actually at all to show who edited. It doesn't make any difference. I implemented it just to practice.
Yeah, I understand, but maybe we can link initials to user, but it is linked, it should be linked, okay? So I would like to say, okay, fair enough, I would like to see for practice what we just discussed, let's push this to the limit, okay, and save the name of these people, okay, and then check if Ilaria is saved as Ilaria and whoever is saved as who. Let's do that now. One thing about these 3 dots, okay? Typically, what we do here, and you can see that in the multiple pages, we align everything to the left, except the last column of the table, which we align to the right. Okay? So I would align these 3 dots to the right, okay? But then also, where is the title above this YP? Because I would have a title there called initials or something like that.
Yes, okay, but the point is that I didn't do the separate column for this. I just put this into this column with words, like a symbol.
Yeah, but the
whole point of columns is to have one set of data in one column.
Okay.
So if you have three things, you put it in three columns.
Yeah,
Each
okay.
one has
There's
a
a
title
title
about
about
it,
it, okay?
Mhm.
And
And then what you can also do is play with the width of these columns, okay? Because the last one, actions, doesn't need to be this wide, okay? What you also didn't do yet, what you can do for practice for next time, is do these translations, because I still see aisikha.word.bandwords.actions.
But Sandra, I don't know how to do it. Even Thomas doesn't know how to do it.
What this?
Yes, because this cleaned cache, what you said, doesn't work.
Okay, so open your VS Code. Go to resources lang English aisikha. Okay. So I know that if you go back to your website for the second, okay, so see this one, actions, aisikha actions, where you have these three dots, okay? So let's just put word actions, okay? So go back to that thing, put, no, just go to the, that one, yeah, line 58, add actions. Okay, and let's refresh the page. So it works.
Yes, okay, it works in English, but I mean, it doesn't see that I have different language. That it doesn't translate into German.
We need to get it in English to work first, before we translate it to other languages. We will have a lesson on that at some point, how to use localization and so on, so I'm not going to waste too much time today on it. But what we need to do for the localization for this time is get everything in English correct. Okay, so all the labels have to be in English. But what we will do then is quickly translate the whole English file into German, French, and so on. And you know, so I'll show you that in one of the next lessons. Okay. Can you edit the word? Not
Sorry.
Okay. So when I have to edit one word, why do I need a new page for just one single thing? Can I do this in a pop-up, in a modal?
Yes, I think you can.
Yeah. So it would be nice if I click edit and something jumps in, I just type a new, click save, and it's updated. So it would be interesting, you know, because it's part of this HTML, CSS works. We have modals and we have editing, and it would be also interesting to check that. But anyway, any questions from you? Is everything clear? Do you have anything that you want to ask which is not working?
No, not.
Not really. Okay, so it looks nice. It's well done. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, you can go back to mute as well. So that's Julia. What's the time? So 51. Because typically it takes around 20 minutes per person, I will have a little break now, a few minutes, and then we'll do Luana, Khalil, and Mernaz after the break. So guys, 5-minute break, and then we are back with these three to show us what they have done. Thank you very much. Talk to you quite soon.
saw that I have the same issue with the users.
Yeah,
Just like yours.
yeah, same.
We all have it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think because we all updated
Then,
users.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry, guys.
No, no, you didn't create anything.
No,
I probably wrote something myself, but I'm just like, God
the
damn it.
easiest way is to just delete the rest of the
No,
users.
that's like, I'm pretty sure I have everything set up so I can add new users, but I'm like,
Nije,
nothing shows up.
For
Skype mi je tamo,
Yeah, I was thinking
nije
of
svaki
deleting.
5
yeah, I'm just gonna do that now. How many should you need to have?
Did you,
Users.
oh. I know I think the limit is 100, but,
Huh? Yeah, the thing is.
bye, see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Select row user only has
God, I forgot about the role
C rows. 16.
I was also thinking if we can get the old table of users and then just add ourselves to it.
That would be great, but can we?
That would be great, but wouldn't that break something else?
Well, we updated the table to be in order to be able to log in.
Yeah,
So if we put it back and then just add our username. Wait, I don't know.
next, so I'm probably gonna ask you for, hey, so, our best friend is back. I'm so bad. Because like, I was so close to getting to actually make it look nice, and now I can't even do that because I'm like, wait, it doesn't work. Well, it looks like crap now. This is just a page that says register name, email, and password. And password is not even the same. I hate Outlook.
That's Bootstrap.
Yeah, I know I can change it, but I first want to like figure this out. You know, because the thing is, I'll write something right, and I'm pretty sure it did create the user, but I can't see it. Because whenever I go into users for Alicia or like just my admin,
Can't you delete what you created?
that's true actually. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Dump and dive users. Where can I do that?
In the lake.
Are you ready?
I am.
Well, go to the other room. Let's kick off. Hi guys, we are back. Hopefully you can still hear us. So as promised, Luana is the next person. She's just getting to other room. Now we can hear you. Just to see your screen.
I can't hear anything.
I can hear you.
Pa 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 pa.
Sorry, I can hear you.
Okay. Perfect. Let me share my screen then. So, I'll first show how far I got. So, I made the basic structure for the registration page. So I still need to add it in Bootstrap. So I need to make all of this look nice. Little squares look like each other. And like the submit in the middle or something like more centralized in the page and everything. But the issue is that I am right now just trying to access the users, because normally this is supposed to be connected to users and add users in IEC Hub. But whenever I check the users in IEC Hub, I don't see anything. And then when I check the users in my admin, I get our old friend 108. So I'm wondering if it even added the fake account I made, but I might have to do a dump and dive to like figure that out. Sorry, let me just try to do that now. Researching Blade. Where can I do this? Blah, 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 blah. Yes, I can do it here. But yeah, essentially this is how far I got. I also have notes on what I need to do. Yeah, so the other things I want to work on for this is, so now I kind of understand what's going on with users, but I need to figure out how to fix it. Yeah, also maybe create a confirm password thing, but I don't know if that's necessary. That's more like technical stuff. Figure out how to add the password. So what I mean by that is just like not actually showing the password, but like showing like little dots so that your password is invisible. Things like that. Yeah, the last one, just ignore it. And yeah, making the boxes look neat, as I said. So yeah. To be honest, I don't know where to start.
Okay. Now.
Yes.
What I want to actually cover, and what is the lesson that we want to learn from this example of Luana, is do I understand what my task is? Question. Okay. And the tasks that we gave were deliberately vague. They did not explain in a great detail what we want you to do. What I said 3 times already, if not more, you have to ask questions. You have to clarify the task. You can't start working on a task without the clarification. Okay? So one of the things that I would myself clarify before we do this is when the user registers for AIC Hub, what is the data that we want to capture from this user? Okay? So if you go to any website in the world, any website, and you try to register, okay? Let's go to, if you can, maybe, I don't know, to zigo.nl.
Okay.
bbc.com, let's find some English site, bbc.com.
Okay.
Okay, sign in, oh, excellent, okay. So, you don't have account, register. So we have the 2 pages, okay. Now, don't rush it, okay. Just, take your time to observe what these guys are doing, okay. So, can you go back, please?
Okay.
No. Go back on that website because I want to show slowly. So, in your browser, click back button.
Okay, yeah, here.
Yeah, and one more time.
Yes.
Okay. So as you can see, they have a sign-in web page. Okay, this is our login page. Okay, And this is extremely typical login page, which asks for your email or username, okay, and then your password, and then it has sign-in button. All right, and then if you don't have the account, it has a link to the register, so you can switch to register. This is so typical that it's used on pretty much any website in the world. Okay, some of them might have like login with Facebook and stuff like that, but on this website, this is the typical email, username, password, sign in, and if you don't have the account, register. So this is one page that we have to create. Okay, so if you click register, now this is not a typical registration process, okay, because I haven't seen this one many times, because it asks you what's your age. Now, we have to think about this, okay. Does it matter if the users on AIC Hub are over 16 or 18 or any other age group? Well, it does matter, okay, because for us, you know, people who register will be able to make suggestions. Okay, and frankly, I don't think 5-year-olds or 10-year-olds will give good suggestions. They are learning how to read and write and stuff like that, you know, so maybe we need age limitation. It's a question, okay? So let's say you are 16 and over, let's see what they ask next. Okay? And then it asks you date of birth, okay? So do we need for AIC date of birth, okay? You don't have to enter your real date of birth, by the way, just enter, well, you did it already, but they can also see my passwords. Can you put your social security number down? So for AIC I don't think we need their date of birth. Okay, so in the registration process, maybe this is not enough. But what BBC is doing here is doing like a wizard style. So you don't have one big form to fill in, but you have like one question at a time, so you have to go continue. So let's click continue one more time. Okay? And now it's asking you for email, password, your country, and so on. Now, don't type it, you know, I don't care what your email is, you know, so people will start emailing you, Luana, so, okay? We're just doing this for the demonstration, okay? So, email, password, okay? And then a country. All right, do we need a country from these people? Well, it would be maybe useful, okay, maybe, okay? So it's not something that we need as like optional field if they want to provide us with a country, because maybe people like Tunisia speak Arabic, but maybe it's people from Saudi Arabia or from Yemen, or I don't know where from, okay, or maybe they are from UK. So let's try another website, you know, to see the registration form. Let's go to I don't know.
I can try this one.
Okay. Performance.gear. Yeah, exactly. That's the one that I was going for. Okay, so log in and see, they say email and password, so this is very standard, but if you're a new customer, then they call it create account. Okay, so, okay, fine. And they ask you for the first name, last name. It's funny, BBC doesn't care what your name is. They don't care. You can be called whatever you want to be called. But, you know, so this is more like it, okay? What's your name? What's your last name? What's your email? What's your password? Submit, blank, you are registered, okay? So this is the form that we are building, okay?
Yeah.
So you have to, as a developer, have a clear picture. What are the requirements from your client, from your task giver to say, what do you want to capture? Okay? And what I want to capture is first name, last name, email, password, of course, and optionally, let's say, country.
Okay, let me add that.
I don't care about the date of birth, it makes no difference, but I can say, have a checkbox just to verify are they over 18. Okay, so I will have first name, last name, email, password, country, and checkbox, are you over 18? They can still register, that's fine,
Mm-hmm.
but when we take their suggestions into account, maybe we'll take it with a slight, pinch of salt, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So
So that is what I would capture, okay? First name, last name, country, email, and password.
Yeah, okay. And so no confirm password thing, just your password and that's it.
Well, as you can see, there are websites which says password and confirm password, okay?
Yeah.
But there are also websites which say just password. Now,
Yeah.
Okay.
now, go to your registration form.
It's this one.
Now this is a big problem.
It's ugly, yeah.
You are already logged in, so who are you registering? So in order to access this page, registration page, they need to log in.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see it now.
Okay? Which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay? So this registration page can't be after they logged in.
Yeah. Okay.
It has to be separate page. So they are not logged in, they log in or register. Okay? So can you click on your top right corner and click log out?
Okay.
Okay? So as you can see, this is appsforce.com/login username and password page. Okay, if you just click somewhere, so this pop-up about your saved password disappears. Okay, so you see I have username and password, and we have typically a link for forget password, but we are going to keep it simple without that link. Okay, so but there's no registration here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, because AppSource is customizable, so can you log in quickly?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And go to my admin.
Yeah, sorry. Here.
Settings.
Okay.
And then settings again. Okay, and just reload this page because for some reason for the first time it breaks. Okay. Now you have configurations on the left.
Yes.
Okay. So one of these boxes should be enable AppSource user registration.
Enable.
On the left, number 5 or 6.
Number 5 or 6. Yes, I found it. Okay.
And click save.
Yep.
Okay. So now config file is updated. Now if you log out. Okay. All right. See at the bottom now you have a new thing. You on our platform create account. So if you click create account, then it takes you to the register form. Okay, this is a register form for AppSforce. Okay, so this asks you for your first name, last name, username, email, password to confirm password. Okay, but okay, this is a big but. Okay, it says what's 7 plus 9. Okay, and then it gives you even this captcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is that there are many scripts, bots running on internet which are trying to hack into the site. So they go to these registration forms and fill random email data and crap like that. Okay. So if you put captcha and these kind of mathematical things, then you know this is a real human, not a bot filling in the form for you. So if you don't put it, it's easier for the user to fill it in, but it's also easier for the bot to fill it in, and then you have to have something to figure out was this a real user or bot at the backend. Okay, so but see, we already have login and registration. Okay, so this is the thing. Why the hell am I doing login and registration if I already have login and registration? What's the point of this task? Yeah, but AI Sikha is running Apsu's same way. So can you go to aisikha.com?
Okay. I'll just use this.
Okay. So this is the website that these users will be visiting, okay? So here we'll have a register button, okay, and login button. This is where they're going to register or login. But can you go to that website /login?
Okay.
Looks familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why I want two types of registration, okay? Two types of login, okay? Because we have completely separate bunch of users, okay? So we have users who are administrators of the system who log in through this one, and this is accessible only for them. And I want the registration of users on the front end that I just showed you, where they are going to be just registered as end users of the app. So I want to keep them separately.
Okay.
Okay, so there are reasons why I ask for these things, but of course I could have spent time and explained that in a task for you, but didn't. Deliberately. Okay, I didn't explain their task to any people because you can't start working the task if there is no clear picture of what you're trying to achieve, because you will never guess what is in my mind or user's mind or client's mind or whoever is with us. You can't guess what they want. Okay? So before we start working on these things, we have to have a very clear understanding what our
Hello?
Remember I told you the story of my old father who is writing a book and stuff like that, so he's just calling me in the middle of the things, you know, because he's... I don't know. He's also selling his house and stuff like that, you know. So, and he's arguing with my mother about price and things and so on. And now I have to be a judge, and I'm not involved there at all, you know. So lovely to have him call in the middle of the stream, you know. Okay. So what I need you to do is obviously clarify and draw what you are going to do. And then next step, after you do that, you have to explain to yourself how you're going to do this, step by step, okay? So your question number one on this list is understanding what is happening with the users. Is a good question, but you didn't ask me that. You start working on it. Before you start working, okay, you can think a little bit and say, hey, I don't understand what users and so on, do I have these fields? So you ask those questions, you made a list of them, but you didn't ask them, okay?
Yeah, because I just came up with them.
We have two types of users. We have users who are managing AI Sikha system, which log in through that, and then we have people who register as end users who will be using mobile app and so on, who will give suggestions. So we want people to give us suggestions only if they are registered. I don't want any random anonymous person to type this stuff. No, you have to register who you are. Okay? So we only get suggestions and corrections of translation for users who verify their email and so on. So we know this is a real person. It's not a bloody bot just clicking and you know. So understanding what happens with users, we have two types of users. Confirm password. Okay. The answer is, well, we don't really want it. We can want to, for this purpose, keep it simple. The form that you found on that website is perfect, plus what we just said, country and this checkbox. Okay. Now, figure out how to add password. Okay. Can you, in your browser, search for Vuexi theme demo? Vuexi demo.
Okay.
Okay. And that's, click on that, yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me? What is happening to my connection?
Well, you are still connected, we can hear you.
Okay.
And you just got search result. Maybe their page is not working. Can you try a different link?
This is curious. Nope.
Okay, can you go to live preview? Yeah, that link is fine, but
Okay.
you have live preview. Under that big picture, you have a live preview button.
Yes.
And see who said it costs 60 euros, it's $35. Okay, so there's some issue with their website, but it doesn't matter. You can see it on the website, but you can also find a page which has exactly the same thing. So if you go to that AppSource register page that you have open in one of the tabs, okay, so click there, somewhere just click, so it gets okay. The login page has expired. It wasn't that one, it was the other one, I think. Yep, this is the registration page. So see the password field. Can you start typing something in password, anything, you just type, okay? See, you don't see what it is, okay?
Yeah, that's
So your question is, how do I get my field to be like this field?
Yeah.
You think there is an HTML tag password, okay, but I want this field to look exactly like that field, okay? And what Thomas and me were showing you last time, so if you go back to that page, which you just saw, right-click on that field, and click Inspect Element. Inspect. Yeah, you are using. Okay, so now, this is the thing, okay, so if you go to that bottom that is highlighted blue, okay, put your mouse over that blue part of the text in the bottom, okay, so see, it's showing you the component, but go just above one, div, okay, so that's that, go one above, that's that bit, go one above, that's the whole field, okay, so that div that you see here is the whole HTML that you need to basically copy paste, okay, and then it will work just like that one there. And if you lose your place in that because it's huge, just right click and inspect again, so it will jump back to it.
Okay.
Right click on the password. Inspect.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the thing. So see what DJ was suggesting, but probably people who stream don't hear him, is that this, to hide the input, see this word which says type equals password. That's telling it to hide the input, but to make it look exactly like this is this divs and classes and everything else. So remember what Sam was doing quite well. She was always trying to find the similar page with a similar part of the code, okay? And I'm just showing you we have a similar page with similar part of the code, so you can see, because this my admin register, my admin login. So you have very similar code that you are going to utilize for your ASIHA login and register, etc.
Okay.
So if you go back to your little list that you had, mailboxes look neat. Well, I just showed you how you do with one, so you can do it then with the others. Okay, and touch, grass, I don't know what that means. Okay, existence and storm, I don't know, existentialcrisis.com. I have courses on Friday when I'm doing live coaching in a completely different environment, you know, so I can help with that. Please subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but anyway, Luana, thank you very much. We need to jump to the next person, so thank you. And who else is the next person? Khalil, you are. So you can go to that room. Luana can stop sharing and go to mute. He's still here, you know, it's going to take 10 minutes to move to the other room. You're making coffee as well. How is that?
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I shared the screen.
Yes.
Okay. So my task was searching for original articles, and I did it in a similar way to. It was a similar task to Marina's, where she has to search for translated articles. So in the beginning, I have this search for article page, blade, and if I type the article that I want to search, I can find it in a different blade, and I can click on the article and see it. And if I type something that is in the description of another blade, I can also find all the articles that have that word in it, and I can see the articles. This is basically my task.
Yeah, no, but it was also your task to beautify that.
Yeah, I didn't get the time to beautify that because I had an error today with the. I had an error until today with the Xdebug is enabled function. So I didn't get a chance to beautify anything.
Okay. Now, there is another thing, okay, that I can give an example here on Khalil's presentation. Is we do live in the real life and we have customers, okay, and our customer says, yes, please, can you make my page look like this, and then I want the deadline Thursday 4 o'clock, and you say sure, no problem, and then Thursday 4 o'clock happens, the customer says, okay, show me the page, and then you tell them a sad story how you had some other problem and you didn't do it. Can you tell me how the customer is going to react in the real world?
He'll be pissed.
Hmm?
He will be pissed.
He
He would be pissed, okay? And what would would it be a good time to ask that customer for the payment at this time, after he's just pissed?
No.
No, it wouldn't be a good time. What do you think is the customer going to pay you if you don't deliver what you promise you will deliver?
Some of the amount, if it's nothing.
So see, we are learning, but one thing is that I expect you guys not to show me the same thing what you showed me last time, just the 3 pixels more. It's been a week. I seen this last week, mate, from you. Okay, so I need better effort, than that. Not because I need it. I don't care. Okay, but when you get the customer, those excuses don't work. They don't care if dog ate your laptop. They don't care if your, had the family problems and stuff like that. They don't care. You promised you will deliver this by Thursday, 4 o'clock. True?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not putting you on spotlight. I'm not saying you are learning how to program, which is fine. But this is one of the important lessons, as well, is that you have to deliver stuff on time when you promise to deliver them. There's no question about it. And then you can't wait with your error, which was holding you for 3 days or 5 days or 7 days, to be fixed. That error has to be fixed immediately. And if people who are supposed to help you are not responsive, not responding, not helping you, what do you do?
Try to find it by myself.
No, you can try to find it by yourself, of course, but you can't, because obviously you wasted 7 days without that. So you do need help of your team. This is where the team comes in. Sometimes Carl has 3 tasks, but Luana is not doing anything. Okay? And you are struggling to meet the deadlines, and you're working in the same team, and you both don't get paid. Okay, so Luana might take some of the load off your back, Mernas or whoever is doing something, but this is not too hard. We have to learn how to work with the team, how to work with the balance, but also meet our deadlines. Okay, so that's another lesson that I want to share with you guys. While this is all fun and games at the moment, I want results. And I'm not going to compromise on results. I'm not going to take piece of shit delivered to me. Okay, if it doesn't look good and it doesn't work and it breaks, if all users are Julias instead of whoever submitted the thing, stuff like that, I don't accept that. Nobody will. You get a guy to paint your house, you say paint house by Thursday in white, he paints it in pink by next year. Not acceptable. And he missed 3 walls. Not acceptable. So he has to work over the weekend or over the night, I don't care, he has to fix the problems. That's how the world works. So I need you to really put pressure on this and make sure that this looks brilliant. So let's analyze what doesn't look brilliant in this example. Okay, so can you go to your search page? Okay? Oh my God, this field pane and this search. Wow, horrible. It doesn't look good. Nothing is aligned. There's no box around this thing. There's search for keyword. Fine, you have this thing, search for keyword, search for article. Okay. Not the best choice of words here as well, but fine. Okay, and then when you enter the keyword, let's say you enter, you just click search. Okay, so at least you have that. So type XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. Okay. So see, this is the result page. I want to show here that there are no articles found. Okay? Sorry, we didn't find any articles. Because now I don't know, is this thinking, is it working, is it broken, what it is. User experience is quite bad on this page. Results, nothing.
Okay.
We have to say to the user, we didn't find any articles, we are sorry, do you want to refine, and so on. Now, what I would also do here is I would say results for 2 dots column, and then put the search term that user put in, so they know what these results are for. So if I'm searching for acne, results for acne. If I'm searching for, I don't know, headache, results for headache. Okay? Now let's go back and see the list of results. So let's put something which actually has results. Okay, so this is a list. All right, and this is results, and we have a title and we have a short description. Looks nice. However, in Vuexi Teams, the lists don't look like this. They look differently. Okay, maybe on your computer, can you search? Maybe Vuexi is now working, or yeah. Enter. Oh, there you go, live demo. Okay, vertical layout, Vue.js, Vue plus Laravel, doesn't matter, they're same. Okay. So you can log in, just press sign in. Don't save the password, you don't care about that. Okay, so see, for example, on this theme, in the top right corner, you have a little search button. And see, when you click on it, explore Vuexi. So type something there. Test, doesn't matter. Aha, so see, it gives you some sort of search which guesses what you can have. So that is quite nice and advanced, you know when you start typing in Google, it doesn't let you finish, it already starts giving you answers.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, but let's find the lists, okay? We are not going to go that advanced because this requires Java and other stuff, but let's see the lists, okay? So, no.
Oh.
I mean, on the left-hand side where you have the thing, okay? So what I want to do, first of all, is find how do I make like lists of things, okay? So one of these things, scroll down maybe a little bit more. Charts, leaflet, access, support, form elements. Let's see what are the, I saw form elements. Scroll up a little bit. Okay, components. Maybe components or cards or so. Components, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, what does it have? List group. What is list group? Okay, so for example, this is some sort of lists that they have. Scroll down. So see what they did, and they have, when you move a mouse over, it kind of highlights what you have. See this one on the right with the blue thing, okay, with the heading, okay? So see how it highlights the stuff. So that's not bad as a list, So maybe something like that. But keep scrolling. Let's see what else do they have here. Maybe we can find even better list, okay?
This is the end.
Yeah, but you can list items in multiple ways, okay? So let's see. Can you scroll up to these on the left menu?
This here?
Yeah. So what's the cards? Okay, let's go with basics. Okay, so these are the cards. Okay, and then you have list groups in there. See at the bottom. Okay, so that's not looking quite nice, but this one before, card title with subtitle with a link, or this featured one, you know, they don't look bad. Okay, so what I need you to do, of course, is go through this, get familiar with this, and then choose how you want to display this search results. Okay, how do we, you know, we can spend lots of time here on this together, but I don't want to do that. So you go and research, because what I was saying earlier, to understand what customer requires, sometimes customers don't know what they require. That's why they didn't specify. So what you can say to them before you start building anything, I can make your results look like this or like this, give them examples that you find, and they say, hey, I like that one, so make it look like this, and then you can do it that way. Okay,
So I should find a couple of options and then ask you which one you want.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so this is the thing, because you don't want to do the whole thing, and then I say I don't like it. Okay. So I'm sure that Worksy has lots of stuff for searching and so on. Okay. So you need to get familiar with all these pages. Click on every single one of them, look at this, and see what you can do, and try to recognize what we are using already from UpSource on these pages, etc., and what looks cool. Okay, because I'm sure that there are multiple search pages. So can you go to your UpSource, for example, and go to my admin, open that, manage. Okay, so see, this is a search page. Okay, and see these results at the bottom. Okay, so click on that, ask a question, and put the letter P. R. See what it did? It filtered out, as you type, all the ones which don't belong here. So I was typing profile. So if you are looking, hey, I need to do some profile thing, then it finds it for you. And then you can click on that result. You can click on that profile thing down there. Yeah, and it takes you to your profile. All right. So see, there are multiple ways to skin the cat, you know, but we need to put the effort, because when we are working on the front end, it really has to work really nice. Not everybody is a front-end developer and has aesthetics to do this, which is fine, but you are using a team, you don't have to design it yourself. So you have a template, you use a template, you know, you agree with what you need to do, how it needs to work, and that's fine.
All right.
Any questions? Do you understand everything, or is there do you have anywhere where you are stuck and you want clarifications?
So now if I want to take any of the themes in here, I need to find something related to it, or can I just inspect here?
Yeah, right-click inspect element.
Yeah, so for example, if I want to take this style of card.
Yeah, but go to the bottom where this blue line is. No, don't scroll.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Go, okay, see, as you move around your mouse, it selects the component. So if you want just this card title, or you know, you can select that, or and you can right-click and copy that shit.
So here I can just right-click?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah, that's my only question.
Yeah, but you can do this on any website pretty much.
Yeah.
So this is what I like to do. So go to bbc.com that we saw earlier today. Okay? So hey, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I would like to have exactly the same kind of little picture with this white text and this Asia, this woman climbs Everest for the record time, okay? I don't care about Russia, you know, so, you know. Okay, right-click, inspect. Okay, so you can see how they did it.
Yeah.
So see what Thomas was saying, you know, just let me show you, okay, very quickly, okay? So if you move your mouse up, there, no, not too much, 3 down, yeah, that one, and now go to the right where it says Data BBC and Data BBC and Data BBC. See these Data BBC, okay?
Yeah.
Do you see those Data BBC? So see, woman climbs Everest for the record that time, that's the title, okay? The Data BBC source is Asia, that's subtitle, okay? So Thomas was mentioning this when he was showing his example, that you can add custom data identifiers and then JavaScript picks it up and moves stuff you know, to the proper things. So we can see that you get expired from any website, you know, they all at the end of the day produce HTML, which you can see right here. And what he also mentioned, DOM, this internal memory of the whole website, you can see all that. It's there in that inspector. So it works on Chrome, works on Firefox, works on bloody Microsoft Edge, you know. Okay, so I do expect you to put a big effort and make those pages very pretty, and then again clarify with the client, whoever your task giver is, what is their preferences, this or that, and then you can make sure that next time you have the bestest search page ever.
Okay.
I like what Julia did, okay? Because she said, let me try few things, okay? Even if they don't work, that might be, that wasn't part of her task, and she said, this is not part of my task, but I wanted to try it out and learn few things and play with it, and I accept that, you know, because obviously we are learning, okay? And then I said, do it in separate columns, you know, so again, you learn something. So I want that from you too, man, and everybody else on this call, exceed expectations.
All right.
Good. Okay. And the last, and they say not the least, but of course it's the least, you know, important one because we keep her for the last. I'm joking. Mernaz. She's much faster than DJ. Already in the room.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I will start sharing my screen.
If I only knew what my password was.
Okay.
I prepared everything, but then my password wasn't working. So I added a few things to my user page, which I created before. I had a look at Wexy, and I saw this part here, and then I thought I can add this to my users and then show that how many users I have, how many of them are active, and how many of them are banned. And I wanted to play around a bit with JavaScript, and then I saw if I hover on the icon, it turns to a pointer. So I just added an onClick function just to figure out how can I pass the data from HTML to JavaScript. And then after I was done with that, I wanted to play around a bit with charts and see how can I modify them to my own data. And at first, I couldn't really understand them, so I asked Thomas for help because I couldn't modify them. And then he explained to me how they work. And yes, so I added the chart. I still need to fix this part because it shows 3% while it's only 3 users and it's not the percentage. So I still need to work on that, but here you can also see that it shows the active users and the banned users. This might be a bit too much because I'm already showing it on top. But I kind of wanted to play around and see how things are with Wexy and how can I use them. So that's what I did.
Okay. So now remember what I said just for the last person, exceed my expectations. Okay, exceed customer expectations. This is a difference. Okay, and you can just see who put extra effort and who didn't put extra effort. And the excuse that the first person gave you, and the one which did this, when I'm a customer, I'm going to fire the first person and I'm going to give a pay rise to the second person. That's how the life works. And ideally, of course, the first person is son of my friend, so I can't fire him, so I'll just give him extra money and he will hire Bernas who will work for peanuts to do his dirty job. So that's the reality of the life, but, let's not go there, okay? So currently we live in a fairy tale where Bernas gets rewarded for her hard work, and so on, okay? But Bernas, this looks really good, okay? So, when I look at this initially, I have visually no complaints, okay? However, I do, okay? So let's just scroll to the top, please, okay? So let's start from the beginning, okay? Now, for Bernas, this is tiny details, all right? I know she was playing with it, and this is just a test, okay? But see the two boxes that she has, which are both named users. The word users is not consistent, okay? The first one is smaller, and then it has, for some reason, bigger padding, okay? So something went wrong there. Because it's not exactly the same HTML tag and so on, so there is a difference between these two, and they should be consistent, okay? Now, I quite like this table users, okay, so it works, but can you search? Let's test this, okay? So let's type, okay, so if you start typing somebody which exists, so it filters out the thing, okay? So this is cool, okay? So we have that functionality working, all right? And the data, you see that we have roles, band, off and on. Now, again, this is nitty-picking, okay? Well, band,
I would say yes or no, or status, I would put status banned or active or whatever it is, but off and on is, doesn't really match. It's confusing to users. Who is off, who is on?
I know first it was yes or no, but then since I'm using the plugin, a checkbox, it was by default on or off. So I adjusted to this one.
Yeah. I know you're using the checkbox, okay, but as I say, we can say if it's on, then display this message, okay, or this little picture, or this little pill, or whatever it is, So the actions, as I said, the ones on the right column, that should typically go to the right, so it's spread, everything is on the left, and the last column is justified to the right. Now, if you click on that banned users, okay, if you click on the actions, sorry, what you just did, and say ban. What happened?
It will reload the page and change the status.
Yeah, but what I want you to do as an extra thing, I want you to notify the user when you reload the page that user has been banned. Okay, so those little notifications which appear at the top right corner. So I would like to see that notification, so I know that my action has happened. Okay, and if you click on actions again, and you click edit, okay, so see, this is an interesting one, because editing this guy, you can't edit any of his information, okay, so it's grayed out, which is fine. I can only edit the reason why he's banned, okay, fine. But see the spacing between these fields. One is not equally spaced. You see the email, for some reason, is too close to the previous tag, okay? And this is banned checkbox, which is kind of the most important feature here, is a little bit, small. I have majority of my screen, what I'm editing is stuff that I can't edit, okay? So that's taking majority of, so I'll keep clicking and then nothing happens, so do we really need all this information which I can't edit? And can I do something to this is banned, make it look visually better, okay? And if you go to the Voexy, actually the answer is yes, you can, because you have those switches, nice graphical switches somewhere in components, maybe. Pods, pill components. Okay, so these are those badges and stuff like that. No, it's not that. Tooltips. Tooltips are, high. It's an interesting thing when you put the mouse over, it gives you a little tooltip. But that one is on click trigger, so it only gives you tooltip when you click on it, apparently. Yep, boom. Okay, but it's not this one. I think it's a form stuff, okay, so it's not in components, but it's form elements, probably. Yep, form elements. Switch, yeah. So, for example, this switch is banned on and off. Might be a solution, might be an overkill. I don't know, okay? But scroll down. Is there more switches?
No, there's nothing.
Okay. So Don't know is that a good idea or not, but can you go back to your site? Okay, go back one step. All right. What I quite liked, because this is all live data, so when she banned one of the users, it changed the number of banned users to 4 and so on, so that's great. And this graph is user stats, if you scroll down. So see user status, user's status. Would you say that in English? Okay. Okay. That looks good, you know, that looks really good. However, it's, this is one of the things, okay, which when I talk to my designers and so on, we have this right space. See the space on the right, which is completely and utterly empty. And lots of people have a desire, oh my God, there's an empty space, I need to fill it in with something, okay? And the right answer is no. Don't fill it in with something, okay? So if this takes this amount of space, this little circle and so on, that's the space it takes. This space is unused. It's perfectly fine. That's normal graphics design, you know, you don't fill it in. If you are writing a book and you finish a book half page, you don't fill the rest of the page because you just have half page. You know, that's the same principle. So this looks good. I'm very happy. Do you, Manas, have any questions? Did you get stuck somewhere that we need to help you today?
No, well, I still need to work on this part because this shows a percent next to the graph. But first, I'm gonna try to see if I can figure it out, and then I ask if I can. But you see, it's 4%.
Yeah.
So I either need to convert the number of user to percent, or I need to remove the percent.
Well, what do you want it to show? 50% or?
I don't know. Maybe if I kind of don't know how to convert it to percent. So maybe first I try just to keep it like this and remove the percent, and then when I know how to do that, I try to convert everything to percent.
Yeah, because see, what this is saying, you have 4 of these and 4 of those, but it says 4%, but it's actually not 4% because how it's drawn is 50%, 50%. So I think that this sign percent is the line 363 because at the end you are adding sign percent, you know, but it's not real sign percent.
I didn't see that.
Okay, and get rid of that plus. So I think it was just fake sign percent there.
Oh, yes. No, it's. I didn't see
Yep.
the percentage.
Yeah, sometimes you have to have this bloody attention to detail, okay? And sometimes you look at your code for so long that you don't see it, and you just need some other person to come and look at it, and they see it straight away. So this is another thing where you ask, oh my God, I can't get rid of this percentage, and then somebody comes in like this and just says, there you go. Okay? Nothing wrong with that, because when we stare at the same picture for so long, then we lose that ability to see what's straight in front of us. So, yep, Manas, well done, thank you very much. Guys, thanks everyone, well done. This is the end of today's session.
I want on next session, next Thursday, to have everyone, okay? And I want everyone to try to impress me with the working stuff and looking good stuff, okay? So again, all right, it's like a little competition. Okay, so before we had doesn't matter, I want to see your training thinking process, but I also want to see a little competition. Okay, so how far we can push this? Okay, little tasks. Is that clear? So you have 1 week to really go into this worksheet visual stuff, experiment and so on. You saw what Bernas did, say, how can I do my search better? How can I do my login screen better, you know? How do I make it really cool, really, and so on and so on. So please, 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 let's see how far we can push it. Next Tuesday we have another lesson. I have no idea what that lesson is. I'll need to check my diary. Thank you guys very much. Have a lovely evening and see you next week. Bye bye.